Hey guys, just leaving Amarillo now. We only stayed there for one night and it was quite an interesting night, wouldn't you say, Josh?
Windy is just an understatement.
Yeah, it was so windy. The whole night, the whole RV was just rocking back and forth, back and forth. And then when you finally get to sleep, it turns out the RV park is right underneath a flight path. So every like 2 hours we hear a plane go over. So it was... What's funny is at the beginning of the night,
193 miles on I-40 West.
at the beginning of the night we're like, oh, it's nice and cool because of the wind, so we're going to get really good sleep. I don't know about you, but I did not. No. But now where are we heading, Josh?
Albuquerque City.
Albuquerque.
And for everyone who's been looking forward to the funny parts of the vlog, this is probably the first time in a while that we've actually been drinking. So this could be an interesting couple of nights. The idea being is that we're going to stay here for 3 nights, and we are probably only about 15 minutes from downtown Albuquerque City. I can't even say the word properly. So yeah, this is going to be quite fun, I think. Yeah, it's a proper big city, like New York. I don't know if it's going to be quite as big as New York City, but yeah, look forward to the drunken shenanigans.
Basically, Josh looking like he did after York, PA again.
I don't think it's going to be quite a repeat of York, PA. York is it's just an exceptional standards I don't think we're going to quite reach, especially without Saint. And hey, look, we're coming to the city boundaries of Amarillo.
Yay, Amarillo! Right. I would have liked to look around here a bit more, but I don't think there was much to see, because everywhere you look is just plain, just flat land.
I think this is here more because Texas is greedy and they wanted a part of the I-40, which is basically the main highway going through the interstate, through the states, the Interstate 40, as they call it. And it's only about 200 miles long from east to west, so it's only just big enough just to be part of the I-40, I think. And then the only route you don't really see a lot of Texas from it by the looks of it. I mean, this is the first time I've actually gone into a Texas city, and it looks like it's very desolate. It's much less like some of the towns we've seen that we've driven through so far. So I think it's just nice that we've actually gone through Texas, I suppose. It's nice to say we've done it.
I think one day we'll have to come back and properly go through the south of Texas.
Oh yeah, that
to really get the pinnacle Texas experience. But we're going, we're going to Nevada.
Yeah.
So we should get plenty of deserts and such.
Yeah, Death Valley.
And Death Valley, we're going through Death Valley. Josh told me how hot Death Valley was yesterday. I'm not looking forward to that one bit, but we'll see how it goes. There's your update for today, and probably do another one in Albuquerque. So,
we literally just ate dinner, and Ben's already eating a massive bag of gummy bears.
need my bears. as
Just
well.
FYI, while I'm on the water.
That's mine.
No, that's yours.
Right, where are we? We are in
Albuquerque City.
that one.
Jesus Christ. It's been a long day. We've done, I think, close to 300 miles a day, and on some of the most windiest roads I've ever experienced, especially in this thing. This is like basically big. Imagine a boat. Yeah, it's basically a big box in in a wind tunnel, just constantly being blown around all over the place. And the problem is, because it's an RV, there is hardly any weight to it as well. So it literally, as soon as the wind pushes it, it will go that direction. Whereas like all the lorries are different. Because they're so heavy, they'll just plough through it.
So Josh won't let me drive.
Because of that reason, because of this reasoning, you're so petrified.
I offered twice today.
Yeah.
Because my dad was complaining that I don't have it. So I was like, I'll be nice.
I made him complain, to be fair.
I'll be nice. I'll offer to drive. Just like, you can drive when we get out of the windy bit. That was never.
Yeah, we
It was windy the whole way.
No. When we got out of the windy bit is when we got into Albuquerque City. We literally, as soon as when you woke up for about the 5th time.
When I woke up like the millionth time.
Yeah.
I was in and out of sleep.
When we
I could not stay awake.
came down through the mountains, like snaking around them. Oh, that was
That was really
amazing.
cool.
That was amazing. Yeah, that was the only time we actually had no wind, no strong cross winds.
Because everything else has been flat.
Yeah, I think
And what's
that's
really
the
weird
problem.
is we're in the desert in Texas, and we're sort of in a desert here, and it's cold. This is the coldest place we've been to
Coldest and windiest.
for the whole trip. Even New York was warmer.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
That's a bit of exaggeration.
Yeah, New York was rainy.
But it's really weird. I was dreading. I was like, as soon as we get to these states, I'm gonna die. I'm too hot.
We did look up the weather. For example, we looked up Amarillo, and it was in the region of like 35, 36 degrees or something, wasn't it? That's what it was saying. When we got there, it was gale force winds. I mean, literally, we couldn't open the door like for the RV. It was literally it was so windy we couldn't do it. So we literally parked up, hooked up, and just stayed inside. I mean, here it's a bit more bearable. We're not so much it's not as windy. I mean, if it was as windy where it was in Amarillo as it was here, you wouldn't be able to see anything. It'd be like mini dust tornadoes going on everywhere.
So we got no sleep last night because of the wind.
I mean, I got a bit of sleep.
Walking back and forth. And then
Once you overcome the fact that the fear of the RV may randomly just fall over in the middle of the night, once you've got over that fear and you've passed out and you blank out the planes and the trains and the everything else, and your body just shuts down. You just go to sleep. I was fine after that.
Anyway, we're here for 3 nights. Seems to be quite a nice place. Lots of facilities.
Wow.
Well, it didn't really look like much when we pulled up.
There's meant to be lots of facilities, but half of them don't seem to be open. There was an advertised, and it was one of the reasons why we stopped here and paid a little bit more to be here, was a heated swimming pool and a hot tub, neither of which are open. I do feel a bit false advertisement there, but hey ho.
It's a sign on it saying seasonal, but it's so warm.
Yeah.
I don't understand how it can be seasonal.
Yeah, now would be kind of the season to be open. It's
Yeah.
not like
if it's in the UK.
It's
I'd
not like
understand.
it's not like it's December at the moment. It's kind of a complete opposite.
I don't know. I was looking forward to that.
But we are, and quite rightly pointed out by Andrew, we are massively way ahead of schedule, which is kind of relieving actually. I was kind of concerned we were going to be. I generally had the fear that at some point we would be driving through the night.
I think we still should.
I
think it'd be kind of cool.
I want to, but then I don't want a repeat of today at night.
Especially with the winds.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't want that.
Do we get to the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, is that really wise? That's going to be even more flat and open than anywhere we've been to so far.
It's fun.
But there will be 3 of us then, so maybe, I don't know.
I can't wait. I finally have someone else to talk
I was
to.
thinking today, when Andy gets here, everything is going to be such a rush because we pick Andy up on Friday night. We go backwards to Grand Canyon, and then we're then going to stop in Las Vegas for at least a night, and then we have to be in LA by, well, we're dropping we're handing the RV back on the Wednesday.
It's not wrong.
No. And then we have 2 nights where we're in LA, and then we fly home.
I don't know if I'm ready.
But this is a week today, so we are massively. It
feels like it's gone quick.
It has. We are. I think from where we are at the moment, we are about 900 miles away roughly from LA, but about 500 from Las Vegas, where we have to pick up Andy. So we've still got some way to go, to be fair. It's exhausting, all this driving, but I've just had the fear that we were going to be massively behind. And it's kind of hard when you're looking at maps and looking at campsites as to say, okay, we'll stop there for a couple of nights, we'll stop here. It was kind of hard to try and find places where we are going to stop. I think this is, if we ever did this again, I think a lot of what I overlooked, shall I say, was that we couldn't plan anything. We couldn't plan anything because we didn't know where we were going to be at certain times. If we pick out points where we actually want to stop, you can work around it. You can go there.
If we had the Passport America route thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Then we could be like, okay, these are the campsites we're going to stop at.
Exactly.
What's in that area?
Yeah. And we
came
can
into this like we're just going to find campsites as we go. They Google it.
And then that's been our last week since Stone Mountain, which is actually a week ago today. I worked out. Since Stone Mountain, we've literally been going from site to site trying to find somewhere that's cheap enough and has enough, things to keep us entertained or whatever. But we haven't really found anything, so we've just basically been hitting the road quite often, which turns into days and days of driving. And I think we've spent 3 days on the road now, and I don't know about you, but I am knackered. I think in the last 3 days we've done something like 6, 7, maybe even 800 miles easily.
Yep. But anyway.
But I'm tired.
Me too. I want to go to bed.
Because apparently there's a fan base of us going on in the UK right now, which I'm not surprised. I'm seeing some of the stats, and there's quite a few people actually watching us.
Mostly your family.
Probably, or all my family's friends. But there's like 70% of our viewers aren't subscribed to the channel.
It's your family, a little bit of my family, a couple of work colleagues, and then clients. Which we really shouldn't be showing clients our videos.
Yeah, but it's the special clients, or my special clients anyway.
Our special clients.
Mine.
They're my favourite clients.
We can ask Tim and Joe that when we get back.
We'll ask them which engineer is their favourite.
No, they'll both tell me it's me.
They'll both tell me it's me.
No.
But Tim will tell me it's me.
Anyway, we will see you tomorrow.
We are in Texas. We're on our way to Amarillo. We're only going to be in the tip of Texas, the top north of it. But I think Josh wants to stay in Amarillo for a couple of days. Is that correct?
1 day.
1 day, then we'll move on. Okay.